welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you all being here. Today we are going to give another try to launching 3 different drones. I have the SpeedyBee Bee35, I've got the OddityRC Mage30, and I've got the Beta FPV Aquila 20 ready to fly kit. Also, as a backup, again, I'm going to take out the DJI Avata 2. That's going to have the motion controller, whereas the other 3 I'm going to be using a Radio Master Pocket because it has a smaller space between the gimbals for trying to do it one-handed. Again, 2 of these I built. I built the OddityRC Mage30 and I built the SpeedyBee Bee35. I'm going to try to see if they will fly like they're supposed to. The Bee35's got the DJI 04 light unit in it, whereas the Mage30 has the HDLRC Draco VTX in it. The Beta FPV obviously has an analog system, so I'm going to be using Sky Zone goggles with that one. I bought those Sky Zone goggles because they had the cross compatibility with analog to HD, adding the VTX or VRX on ground kind of thing. So it is really good fit and a really good picture, so I'm going to use it for the Beta FPV. I tested it yesterday, it worked pretty good. So problem was I couldn't get my Radio Master Pocket radio to connect to the Aquila 20. I think it's using a different protocol. I have to do a little more research on that. Their configurator, since the Aquila 20 doesn't work with Beta Flight, so there's no, like, to update the ELRS, you can't do a Beta Flight pass-through. I tried to do the UART serial. That didn't work. Had 2 mismatched file names, so it wouldn't flash it. I also tried with the Wi-Fi, and that did not work as well. So Beta FPV, they're kind of keeping their stuff close to the vest, apparently. We're going to try it with their controller anyway. That came with the unit. So that I do have, and I can still use that. So I will video another section when we get out to this place that I'm going to fly. It's got a lot of open area, a lot of grass because of the crashing, then less people too. So I will update you as this occurs. Thank you. So here we are with the SpeedyBee Bee35. The takeoff was not the worst, but then ended up hitting the ground a couple of times trying to locate the spot where I came from. So I'm trying to control it right now, and it's getting a little bit out of my control. It's going higher and higher. I'm trying to get it back over towards me. Having a little difficulty in the control. Then you're looking at the sky, and then here comes the crash, and down to the ground we go. And now we're going to switch to the Avata 2. This drone I know I can fly, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a roll that beautiful drone footage. folks, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alvin. I got some updates for you. We took some drones out on Monday and we attempted to fly them. So the SpeedyBee Bee35, that did pretty good, only I was the problem as far as my piloting skills. Like I told you, I'm just a beginner, so I kind of suck at it. The second one I tried out was the Mage30. It's got the OddityRC Draco VTX in it. Plugged it in and didn't work, so I brought it back to my chair, unplugged it, plugged it back in, and a puff of smoke came out of it. So I haven't even opened it up to take a look. It is Tuesday, so that was yesterday, and I got it here on the bench about ready to open it up. As you can see, it's got a nice little burn mark on the bottom there. So not quite sure what went wrong. It could have been the flight controller, it could have been the VTX, hell, it could have just been the ELRS unit. I don't know, the receiver. So I'm about ready to open it up. I'll update you as soon as I got some information, and then we'll try and figure out what we're going to do with it. If we need to replace it, we'll do that. I do like this frame, so I am going to try to figure out what went wrong. So I will be back with you in just a few minutes. All right, folks, so now we got everything opened up, and looking at the VTX, and I'll show you some pictures of that. Everything looks fine. I ended up having to cut some wires to get it out. One thing I did find was that the power wire going from the flight controller to the VTX had burned in half. So my hope is that something happened, it got overheated, and the power wire took care of the problem before it got to the VTX. That's kind of what I'm hoping on. There's no charring at all on the VTX. Normally you would see if something burned up that easy, something like that happening. So I'm going to add it, just change out the whole wiring harness, and I'm going to put it back in and see what happens. All right, as expected, the burnt up power wire was my problem. So I got the everything back together. I exchanged just a 6-pin cable cord. Everything's going good. I got lights all around. I got the VTX light going on, the connection light, nice green color. Flight controller works pretty good. While I was at it, I ended up having to replace the RX wire on the GPS and compass. The pad had broken off, so I had to run it over to R1 and T1. So I had to release the TX wire, run it over to TX1 because the pad for RX3 was pulled off. So as you can see down in the old goggles, I've got picture. So that's what I'm trying to get. All right, I'm going to put this thing back together, and then I'm going to try it out at a later date. But now that I know everything's working, I think what it was is the red wire between the frame and the whoops down here. I think they got pinched, and the power wire got pinched between the frame and the hoops. So that caused it to short out somehow, and the red wire was definitely the problem. So all that's fixed. Now I'm going to shut her down before she overheats on me, and I'll put it all back together.